Welcome everyone back to Rewind by Affinity Streaming. I am Contrell, joined as always by Charlie. How are you, Charlie?
Pretty good. Tired,
Good.
but pretty good.
Tired? Yeah. we're, it's a Saturday grumpy morning.
Yeah.
Today's movie is called Gremlins from 1984.
Yeah.
Rated PG, runtime of 1 hour 46 minutes. And if you have not seen this movie, spoilers are ahead. But first, guys, please subscribe, like, follow us, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. We are at Affinity Streaming Podcast.
Yeah.
Right, Charlie?
Yeah, sure, of course.
All right. So, Charlie,
Yeah.
rewatch or first watch Gremlins 1984?
Oh, this is a rewatch. I've seen it. I want to like a bunch of times. It used to be on TV a bunch. I want to say it was like on TNT. It was around like Thanksgiving or Christmas. When they had like those, marathons of movies.
It's currently on TNT right now. That's where I watched it on TNT.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's where I watched it. I don't remember when the first time, but I think I just saw it on.
I vaguely remember seeing this in theaters as like an 11 or 12-year-old. And I remember my little brother being scared.
Yeah. What did you think of it? Do you remember what you thought of it?
I remember loving it as a kid. I thought it was great.
Yeah.
I probably remember, I remember, I think rewatching it probably took a little bit of that childhood luster off of the movie. But I remember as a kid really enjoying it, and I haven't seen it in a long time. So
okay.
It was totally fresh to me. Like everything was pretty.
Okay. Yeah, for me it was like I'd seen it a bunch as a kid because it was one of those that was just like every year they would put it on right around the same time, so I would kind of see maybe not like the whole every moment of it, but I'd see all the pieces of it. But yeah, this was the first time I sat down and watched through the whole thing in a long time.
Yeah, me too.
More like 10 or 15 years because I don't have like cable TV anymore. So basically, since the last time I had cable TV.
Who does really have cable anymore? All right, so let's talk about this. It was directed by Joe Dante.
Yeah.
For Amblin Entertainment and Warner Brothers.
Yeah.
Executive produced by a guy you may have heard of. What's his name? Steven Spielberg.
Yeah, maybe I heard of him. I don't know.
Yeah. Starring at the time relatively unknown Zach Galligan. Critics 86, audience 78, and Film Affinity 6.6. I was surprised to see that it had a higher critic score than audience score.
Yeah, that's interesting. But it could be one of those. I mean, because obviously these ratings come along after like the movie was.
Yeah, I don't know how new or old these ratings are, but from I guess it's one of those movies you say, "Oh, have you seen Gremlins?" and you go back.
Yeah.
So the plot: this struggling inventor is in Chinatown. They don't really say what Chinatown. Like actually China.
I guess I assumed the San Francisco one because that's when they say Chinatown, that's what I think of. I guess there's one in New York, but I don't really think of that one when they say Chinatown.
Mm.
Do you think?
You don't think of the Philadelphia one? No. I thought the reason I thought it was San Francisco was because of the sailors hooking up in the alley.
Oh, yeah.
So that's what. Like I guess it had to be a Chinatown with a port nearby, so sailors could come get some company. So this loser.
That Chinatown stuff though, it's a little dated.
yeah, a little bit dated.
Yeah, so they go into the shop and there's the shop owner is a caricature of a Chinese man.
Yeah. Like spouting his wisdoms and
with his very long fake beard. And,
Yep. Mr. Wing.
Yeah.
Mr. Wing. So a couple questions right off the bat.
Yeah.
Why is this guy shopping for a present for his obviously 25-year-old son? I don't know.
I think his son's supposed to be in high school.
He's working at a bank. How's he in high
that's
school?
true. Oh no. Oh, you're right. He's out of high school.
Full time at a bank.
Oh.
Yeah. Because my kid's 22 and I ain't buying her nothing for Christmas.
Yeah. I guess because it's like a Christmas movie, so his.
Yeah, it's a Christmas movie.
Yeah, but they didn't want him to be in school, so they wanted him to be at the banks. But they just said whatever.
And his girlfriend obviously we're over 21 because she's working at a bar, right?
Well, it's also a rural town in the 80s.
Yeah, so I guess they
maybe
let
that law
that
wasn't
slide.
around. I don't know when that law came out. You could still.
I don't know either.
When the drinking age was still under 21, right? Or when did that happen?
I don't know. I've always known the drinking age to be 21. So
yeah.
So Mr. Wing.
In the 80s.
Yeah, I don't know. Mr. Wing refuses to sell the creature to the loser inventor guy, Randall.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, that voiceover in the beginning is a little strange. I don't know.
Yeah. I didn't like the dad at all. I just didn't like his character at all. No.
Why not?
He just seemed like I don't know. I don't know. Just didn't like him.
I don't know. For me, he was he was kind of just there. He's kind of just there just to get the story going, and then he kind of just
disappeared. Yeah, he's calling. And I have more to say about him at the end when we get to
it. It was weird how he just kept kind of going ahead, but it was weird how he kept calling in, but nothing came out of that.
Yeah, nothing happened.
He didn't go, no one's answering, I better go home. He just he was I don't know, they just had a scene of him calling, and then he just that was it.
That's it. That was it.
Like really weird.
So the grandson secretly gives the creature to the guy because they need the money, and tells him the rules that we all know: no light, no water, don't feed him after midnight.
Yeah.
All right. So he returns home. He gives the gizmo to his irresponsible son, who brings the dog to work, and can't start his car.
Yeah. Well, it's because it's a foreign car,
It's a foreign car.
Yeah. Jeez.
I especially like when that guy was like, we should have got not to get this foreign TV. And like, is there an American TV? And then he said Zenith. But I know they don't exist anymore, right?
Wow.
Is there such thing as an American TV? I don't believe there is.
I don't know. What is, because all the all the parts are from all over the place anyway.
Yeah,
where is it manufactured? I don't know. I don't want to get into supply chain.
All right, we're not going to get into supply chain. We're going to get into irresponsible.
Yeah, anyway, Miss Deagle. What do you think of Miss Deagle? She's pretty great, right?
Who?
Miss Deagle, the horrible.
Oh, the horrible bank owner. I don't know. Was she the owner of the bank or?
No, she's just their neighbor, and she's she's obviously a big shot because she's wealthy.
Yeah, and she was complaining that the dog broke her thing, her snowman or whatever.
Yeah, I think she does a good job of being an
evil person.
Just an awful person. She's going in, she's threatening the dog. She's not even being oh, take him to the pound. She's I'm going to get him and I'm going to kill him. It's
yeah, she was great.
Yeah. And they have a bunch of stuff like that in this movie.
Oh, her name was Polly. Polly Holiday played Ruby Deagle.
Yeah, well, they have a bunch of things in this movie that are a little bit over the top, like her saying she's gonna kill the dog, not just take it away. She's gonna just straight up kill it. She's I thought that was really funny.
Yeah, I kind of remember at the time people complaining that the movie was too violent, or not for kids, because there were people bringing 4 and 5-year-old kids to the movie, and they were just they had to leave.
Yeah,
I think my brother was one of them. He was he couldn't take it.
Yeah, well, I think the PG-13 rating didn't exist, I think.
Yeah, it didn't exist yet.
Yeah, so, yeah.
That's kind of weird that there was G, PG, and R, and that was it. You had to fit within one of those things.
Yeah, well, I guess it's parental guidance. They trust the parents.
Yeah, you trust the parents to know more about the movie.
Yeah, but I guess it was harder then because there was no, you couldn't just go online and watch a trailer.
Yeah, that's true.
So you would just have to, hear about it. or just go see it, you would just see like the poster, or
So
you see it on TV. Yeah, the ad.
Irresponsible Billy brings Gizmo up to his room, and for some reason is hanging out with little Corey Feldman.
Yeah. Oh wait. Oh no. Okay. No. But one thing I wanted to say is like so they have those. They come in the door and those swords are on the wall, right?
And they fall off.
Yeah, but I thought it was great how like he comes in and it's like everyone's just used to them falling off because he comes in, he doesn't even like really look. He opens the door, he closes it, they fall down, he picks it up and puts it back. The dad does like the exact same thing, and it's just like I don't know, they're just used to all these things just like falling apart and breaking, and they just don't
not
even
working
yeah.
from their loser dad.
Yeah, and also I was looking, it's like, I mean, it's like the way it's set up, it's like you're like hoping that sword comes back into play. And, it's so great when it does.
It does, yeah.
a little bit of like Chekhov's sword.
Yeah, and I guess they were showcasing all his failed inventions.
Yeah,
around the house. I know he put that like one orange in the machine. That was a lot of like stuff for one orange.
yeah. I'm surprised later on they didn't get a kill with that thing because that thing sprayed a lot.
Yeah, it would have been a lot of green slime all over the place.
Yeah, it could have been. Also, it's like, how does that work? Like, there's like oranges underneath it. Why would you put oranges underneath
the thing? Yeah. I don't know. That was bad.
Yeah. I don't know. I kind of liked that family though. They're just kind of like, I mean, this is just dad.
Yeah, we're gonna get to the family because the mom needs some therapy. So he's hanging out with Corey Feldman for some reason, and of course Corey Feldman knocks over some stuff and gets Gizmo wet, and he produces like 5 or 6 more, including Stripe. There's 5 more, including Stripe. So
he's special. He has a name.
Yeah, he's special. So Billy has the idea to take the thing to a middle school science teacher or elementary school science teacher. I don't know.
I think that's his high school. I don't know.
It couldn't have been high school because little Corey Feldman was in the classroom with the guy, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know.
Is he the only? Like, I just thought that was weird. Hey, let me take it to the science teacher who works at the middle school.
Well, these guys, it's a small town. It's the only guy who does science.
Yeah, I guess. So what happens?
Well, one thing I thought was neat was he comes back home and Gizmo's like watching TV or something, and he's like watching I don't know, like some movie, and there's a guy like driving his car. That's where he's like that's where he's like learning how to drive
from watching TV.
I didn't realize that it comes back again at the end.
Yes,
I didn't realize that years ago, but I realized.
And I guess all of them learn things from watching TV, that they like smoking and shooting a gun and all the things that they learned.
Yeah. So I guess they just love TV.
Yeah. So he gets tricked. I guess Stripe unplugged his clock. He gets tricked into feeding them after midnight, and then that's when all hell breaks loose. They seem to be very not concerned, which was an ongoing theme in this movie. They didn't seem to be concerned that they were just reproducing these things at like an alarming rate.
Well, also, I thought it was like the dad brings home this weird creature, and everyone's like, "Oh, that's cool." Like, that's cool. That's really nice. Well, okay, yeah.
Well, we need a pet. We need another pet.
Yeah, Great. Yeah. No one's very concerned about them. They're just like, "Oh, this is interesting."
Yeah. What do we feed them? Like, do they? I guess someone did ask if they were potty trained, but it was just like, so they end up going into cocoons and coming out evil.
Or the cocoon. Oh yeah, but we didn't really talk about like how they look. I mean, I thought they looked pretty good. The movements are a little weird.
You mean the actual like puppets or whatever they
use? Yeah.
No, I think they did I mean, especially for the time, 1984, they look real good.
Yeah, they're like
Gizmo was cute. I'm sure Gizmo sold a lot of merchandise.
Did you get a Gizmo toy?
Yeah, I did not. I think I was too old at that point for Gizmo toys.
Yeah. But yeah, I really like the puppet stuff, and like all like the practical effects they had. Like those the cocoons they have look pretty
Yeah, it looked
good.
gross. Yeah,
Yeah, they're like slimy and gross, and like they're really big, and yeah, they're all over the guy's room now because there was 5 of them.
Yeah. Another thing I want to bring up that just sat with me the wrong way is when he went to feed them after midnight. There's just a whole plate of chicken in the fridge, like just unwrapped plate of chicken in the fridge. Like you put your plate of chicken in the fridge unwrapped, just.
Well, did they? What? I don't know. I guess Tupperware is around.
Yeah, it was just like on a plate in the. That was just weird. She made a lot of chicken too, I guess, to feed the 3 of them. It's a lot of chicken.
Yeah, maybe it was for the next Christmas, like
Christmas. It was Christmas morning chicken.
Yeah. Wait, I have to. This is another thing. Like they had school on Christmas Eve. Did you realize?
Yeah, that was weird. Yeah, it was Christmas Eve. And they had school.
He's like, "Have a good." It's like, wait, what are you talking about?
Maybe it was on like a Monday, and they just didn't want to.
I thought they said more than once, like tomorrow's Christmas or something.
Yeah, that's pretty weird. It's pretty weird. This movie was also released in June of 1984, which is interesting. June 8th, 1984.
Yeah, well, I guess they're
not a Christmas
like
movie.
a summer
blockbuster.
Movie. Yeah.
It did make a ton of money.
No, I can imagine that.
So the cocoons finally hatch, and the gremlins are going crazy.
Yeah.
And Billy calls his mom and is like, "Mom, get out of the house." But Mom is like, "Nah, I'm Rambo."
First he goes to, no, but you're missing the school. I kind of liked that scene though, where I don't know why, like the teacher, again, he's very unconcerned about this.
Very unconcerned. Yeah, he's just like, "Oh, this is cool. Like, come here, check." Maybe they thought they were still going to be cute when they transformed. And
yeah, I did like how the movie took its time revealing their new
form.
Yeah, their new form. It was like very hidden for a while. Like you couldn't. It was just like little. You heard the noises and you're like, "Oh, something's off." But it's like a very like slow build up before like the full reveal.
But the other problem I had is like, so you go into the school and you find the body of the science teacher. You don't go to police at that point and be like, "Hey, the science teacher is dead."
No, I would go help my mom first. What are you talking about?
Go help your mom first?
Because there's 5 of them in that house. They killed one person, and 5 is gonna.
It just seemed like they forgot about that guy. They just never. Well, the police didn't care anyway. But if you had been like, "Yo, there's a body in the elementary school, go check it out," maybe the police would have taken it more seriously instead of. But Mom didn't need any help. Mom was Rambo. Instead of leaving the house.
I love that. I love that stuff because she just. It's like immediately she doesn't like go around trying to figure out what's up. She hears something upstairs and she pulls the knife out.
Yeah, she's like, "I'm going to kill it." Yeah, she's like,
she's ready to go. She goes.
I don't know what this is, but I'm about to kill it.
I know. She goes in the kitchen and she just starts murdering all of them. It's so great. In like the most like brutal ways.
That's what I was saying. Like, that mom needs some therapy because her first instinct was like, "Yo, let's kill some shit."
She doesn't even know they're bad. She's just like,
"I'm killing it, whatever it is.
Not in my house."
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. She was like, "I'm not leaving my house. This is my house."
Yeah, but no, I love that scene. There's like so much. I think that's where the movie really, for me, it really picks up. Where it's just like, all right,
the mom is psycho. I wish they had used her more. Like they just then they got rid of her. She should have been out with him.
She was such a great character. She did so much. Like everyone else on the streets is like running around, and she's just taking no nonsense,
killing stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. What is it? So she blends one. She stabs another. The microwave one's the best.
I mean, she microwave one. Yep.
Just blows it up.
Lynn Frances Lee McCain played Lynn Pelter.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was on a murdering rampage.
Yeah, that was great.
She was psycho.
And I don't know. Like I don't know how. I guess they just didn't care when they made that movie because some of that's like pretty. I guess like the ratings were a little relaxed, but still some of that stuff.
Yeah, it was a lot of gruesome things people had.
I guess since they're just little like monster things, it's not a big deal.
Yeah, since they were tiny.
Yeah, but I like the way they're kind of exploding and there's like goop everywhere is like.
Yeah, so the Gremlins go on a rampage. They drive the tractor through the foreign car guy's house.
So Billy comes back. His name's Billy, right?
Billy,
and they find, and that's when the sword comes back into play.
Yeah, he grabs the sword
and, again,
saves his mom. He saves his mom with the sword,
like chopping the head off.
Yeah, nice.
One more like brutal kill.
Yeah. Oh, there was a couple brutal kills, like the Gizmo, like the Gremlins rewiring that lady's chair stair.
Yeah, that was great. Like, and it's just kind of getting like her comeuppance, you know.
I that scene I remember a lot. I remember laughing at that, and like when I first watched it. But yeah, they go on a rampage, and I guess so. Kate's at the bar serving them, and
yeah, I love that scene too because it's just so ridiculous. It's so wacky,
random. Yeah, it was.
Yeah, just the fact that she's just serving them.
Yeah,
like I don't know, and they're all. It goes on for a lot longer than I remember it from way back when. It's like all these scenes. It's just like I think it's like a few minutes of them just showing like, oh, here's the guy who's like the blues singer gremlin.
Yeah, and then they had the flasher guy.
Yeah, this is the pervert flasher gremlin. This is the one who's like a smoking gremlin. I don't know, just and they're like playing cards, and it just shows them like I don't know, being
that they all have separate personalities.
Yeah,
and I guess we forgot to mention that he broke into the YMCA and jumped in the pool, and that's how he recruited all these guys. So they go on a mayhem and murder, and I don't know what happened to the townspeople because the town was empty. I guess they all just left. And so they end up in a movie theater, and Phoebe Cates somehow knows exactly where the boiler room is in this movie theater.
Probably works there.
Where's the boiler room?
It's in the back.
I guess.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Hey,
I guess he asks and she knows.
Phoebe, where's the boiler room? Oh, it's right over there. Okay, thanks.
Yeah, because apparently the Gremlins love Snow White.
Yeah, the Gremlins love Snow White, and they figured out how to run the projector.
Yeah, I don't know. It's great. They're all in the movie theater, just laughing it up.
So they blow up the movie theater, and then they realize Stripe has escaped to the department store across the street. So they go in there to try and murder the last one, I guess.
Yeah.
That's when Gizmo drives the Barbie car around and rescues them all.
It finally comes back around, you know, they use that little thing.
Yeah, it comes back. He rescues them. Stripe tries to hop in a fountain and make more, but the sunlight comes up and he starts to melt. And my favorite part, the dad shows up and he's just like, hey, what's happening? Oh, okay, let's go. Like, no concern. I don't even think he said anything. He was just like, what's that?
I don't know why. That was a weird character that they decided to just have him around and not. He just keeps calling in.
Yep, didn't do much.
He doesn't, like, I think maybe it would have been a bit better if he was like calling in and then being like, no one's answering. Like, what's going on? Or maybe the mom drops the phone and he can like hear stuff, and so he's like racing to get home. I don't know. Give him something.
Yeah, he just strolled in there and it's like, oh.
Yeah,
everybody's dead. There are people dead, and there's creatures. All right, let's go home.
Yeah, he's like off. He's just like off trying to like sell random things at this convention. I did like the convention scenes they had.
Yeah, and then
sitting around and there's like a robot like trying to like talk to him or something.
And
it's
so
like, I like that. Like they didn't have to like do that when they made this movie. They could have just had him like in a phone booth or something. But they took the effort and they made it. All these like weird people walking around, these weird inventors, and they made
the robot from Lost in Space.
Was it really that robot?
Yeah,
from Lost?
I don't know if it was the actual one, but it was the replica. It looked like him.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I just like how they put in the effort for even like these small scenes to really like make them more than like, because they could have just been lazy with it, you know, and just been like, oh, he's just calling in from like a phone booth outside, whatever. But they're like, no, he's at an inventors convention. There's going to be inventions and stuff going around.
So yeah, it was just weird that he just showed up and did nothing.
Yeah. I think it would have been a bit better if he like I said, he was coming back because he was worried about his wife, and
yeah,
he comes back sometime in the night, maybe he's the one who saves his wife.
Yeah, well, he knew his wife didn't need saving.
Yeah,
he knew that. She's
yeah,
Rambo.
but it would have been, I guess, it would have been like a nice some kind of arc for him if he, maybe he uses one of his inventions, like he uses his toothpaste things and sprays one in the face.
Oh, that's a good.
That would be good.
Yeah,
it's like gonna like attack him. And he's like, psh.
That's a good one.
Yeah, and so something like that where it's like, aha, there you go. One of his inventions.
See, I'm not useless after all.
Yeah, something like that.
But he was useless.
Yeah.
So Mr. Wing comes back and takes Gizmo back, and he tells them that they're careless and Western society is to blame for everything.
Well, yeah, he blames the TV.
He blames the television.
I mean, I guess he's right. Like you said, they learned it all from the TV.
They learned it all from the TV, and that's how they got crazy. All right, what did we learn from this movie?
What channels did? I guess we learned that they have like the porno channels, because how else would that flasher one learn?
Oh, that's funny. So things I learned my second time around on this movie. Said it was released the same day as Ghostbusters in the theaters,
really?
Which was crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
There was a whole like horror comedy trend going on, including our movie American Werewolf.
When was American Werewolf?
I believe that was 1984 also.
Oh, well then, because I remember last time that one we were talking about if horror comedies were new, and I guess not.
Yeah, this was like the whole
Yeah, well, I mean that's interesting because that one's very different than like Gremlins or Ghostbusters, as you said, because those are more straight comedies.
Yeah.
And that, I guess, American Werewolf takes it more straight faced, where it's just like.
But you thought it was funny.
A horror movie. There's more like undertones of comedy, but compared to this one, where it's just straight up.
You thought it was funny though, American.
Yeah, but it's not like ha ha funny. It's more like funny situations. This is funny. Oh, and the other thing that earlier I was talking about like things that were over the top. There was another thing that was over the top was that girl's story about her dad.
Oh my god! Oh my god! That was probably
the story itself isn't funny about finding her dead dad in the chimney, but like just the fact that it just doesn't really, it comes out of nowhere.
Yeah,
and it's like so absurdly dark that's what makes me laugh. It's just like,
that was ridiculous. I was just like, what? I was like, get to the point. And she was like dragging it out.
This is why I told
it was a snowy day and the wind was blowing and what? Like, get the.
I don't know. I found it hilarious. It's like it's such a dark story.
But Phoebe Cates is a legend though, so we can't say too much about Phoebe Cates. Legend.
Yeah. No, it wasn't her. It was like I don't know.
The line, yeah. There was some like novel writer who wrote that part and just wanted to like get that in the movies. This windy, sunny day.
I don't know if it was intentionally funny, because I found it really funny though.
I thought it was cringy. I was just like, oh my god, what?
Really?
And he wasn't paying attention. He was just like making phone calls. He was like, what? Checking the phone. He didn't care. So also I learned that there was a Gremlin cereal at one point after this. So it was a big hit. All right. Anything else you want to mention about this movie?
Yeah, I mean it's a really great horror comedy. I think it's I don't know if it's one of the best. It's definitely up there though.
It's a classic movie that everyone.
Yeah, I love how they, like I said, I liked how they took their time to really get into like the Gremlins. Actually,
yeah,
I didn't remember that. It takes the first like monster thing that pops up is like more than halfway through the movie.
And so will you be watching Gremlins 2, a new batch?
At some point, yeah, we should.
Yeah, really? You really want to see it?
I have seen it.
You have seen it? Oh, okay.
Yeah, you didn't see it?
I did not see it. No.
Oh, well, we can review that one.
Okay, great.
Oh, well, so you don't care for Gremlins then?
Yeah, I mean, I think rewatching it was a disservice from my childhood. It like took away from.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I was like between Phoebe Cates' story and the dad who like just didn't care.
But those are such like minor parts of the movie.
Yeah, I know.
That's enough to sink the whole
we'll
movie.
See. I'll think about it.
So those are enough to sink the whole movie for you, or what?
No, it's just like as a seasoned movie reviewer now, I just watch for those things now. I just
Yeah, I guess for me it's like it's still very like it's novel. There's still not really any movies, well, not very many movies like it. So
yeah,
that's what I'm responding to.
Nah, it's fine. I don't.
So like those kinds of things don't really bother me when like most like the movie is still like interesting and fun. And like I like how like the director's just doing his own thing. Like sure, like who most people wouldn't have like 5-minute bar scene of just Gremlins doing whatever the fuck they're doing, But I like how he's just like, yeah, I'm just gonna do this. I'm just gonna do this, and I'm gonna like have fun with it. And that's what I like. Like this movie, you can tell like the people who made it were having fun with it.
Yeah, I guess. The same director did do Gremlins 2, the new batch.
Yeah.
So maybe one day we'll check it out. We'll see. But next week we are doing Aliens. Starring Sigourney Weaver. So please join us next time for that. Thanks for joining me, Charlie. We will see you next time on the Affinity Streaming Podcast Rewind Show. Have a good one. Take care.
All right, see you.